Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today it's gonna be just me, and I'm going to talk about why it's actually better to have fewer friends. So this is not telling you to go be a loner, okay? We need community, we need people. It's actually biblical for us to live in community and not live in isolation. But what I'm going to talk about in this video is it's kind of better to keep your circle small. Like, it's better to have maybe 10 close, genuine friends rather than maybe 100 surface friends. Yeah, so I've been through so many different friendship groups, even in church, in university, in work. Like, I've been through so many different friendship groups in the past. I used to be someone who really loves really big friendship groups, and like even eating lunch after church, it will be with like maybe a group of more than 10 people all the time. But I realized that quantity does not necessarily equal to quality. Like, I realized that just because you have a lot of friends doesn't mean that every single one of them are there for you when you need them, and every single one of them genuinely love and care for you the way God loves you. I mean, if you do have 100 genuine friends, which I think is quite rare in this day and age, but if you genuinely do have that, then that's really great. You know, I'm not saying that having a lot of friends is a bad thing, but I just feel like through like my own life experiences that actually keeping your circle small might be better than having such a big circle. My first reason as to why I think it's better to have fewer friends is because I think we actually don't need to have that many friends. I mean, when you are going through something, you don't need to text like 10, 20 people to see who's actually there for you. If you have one or two genuine friends that are really there for you, I feel like that's enough, as long as you're not going through things alone. And I feel like it's also, we have this perception because of social media and because of culture that we need to be popular, we need to have so many friends. Like, I used to think that I need to be popular, I need to have a lot of friends, I need to be well liked, and that's actually not true. I feel like I'm the happiest and healthiest version of myself right now in this point of life, and at this point of my life I'm keeping my circle small. So yeah, like, I used to struggle with comparison as well. We compare ourselves even to, you know, to people we see on social media, which I used to have this unhealthy habit of looking at how many people are posting about other people on their birthdays, on their stories, and comparing it to like how many people post about me on my birthday on their stories. And it's really unhealthy to compare. It's really unnecessary to have this perception that you need to feel loved by having many friends and by finding validation in a lot of people. If you are struggling with that area of struggling to see your worth, if you are not surrounded by many friends, or if you're not popular, then I would like to let you know that I've been there. Only Jesus can heal you, and only Jesus can restore you, and only Jesus can fill that void. It doesn't matter how many friends you're gonna get. If you don't fill yourself with Jesus, you're gonna still feel lonely, and you're still gonna feel invalidated, and you're still gonna feel unloved. So it's actually unnecessary for us to have such a huge circle. Of course, it's good for us to have healthy friends who genuinely love the Lord, friends who genuinely love you. And it's okay to be friends with unbelievers too, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But it's so much wiser to pick and choose who you let into your inner circle and see who you can trust, rather than just throwing yourself out there to be surrounded by so many people, but how many of them genuinely love you and care for you? Whether you have 10,000 followers on Instagram or 100,000, but how many are genuinely your friends, and how many actually love and care for you? Like, that is the more important question, quality over quantity. And hey, Jesus only had 12 disciples, and probably out of those 12, only 3 were his like best friends. So if he could change the world with such a small circle, so can we. My second reason of why it's better to have fewer friends is I feel like you can focus better on your life and your goals. I feel like if you have too many people like in your circle and too many people asking, giving you advice, or too many people pulling you all sorts of directions, it is so much harder to focus on your life's goals and the purpose and the calling that God has for you. And again, I'm not saying that it's bad to have friends, right? It's good to have a community that is there for you, but I'm talking about like maybe it's better to have a smaller circle of support system rather than such a big circle that's pulling you in all sorts of directions and not everyone is genuinely supporting you and there for you. Yeah, so having too many voices in your head, like, it's not going to help in your life as well. It's harder to focus. It's harder for you to focus in your life's goals if you're pulled in all sorts of different directions, and if also like there's so many different people that are asking for your attention, and there's so many different people you have to entertain. There's so many different people you have to spread yourself out to. You will feel like you're spreading yourself too thin. And it's actually in the Bible. I didn't know this before this video, but I was just reading a few verses about friendships before this video. I realized that it's actually in the Bible, in Proverbs 18 verse 24, that it says this: a man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So yeah, I used to have this perspective of like looking up towards people who have so many friends, like because I go to such a huge church. I go to a mega church, and there's thousands of people in each service, and I used to think that those who know so many of those people and eat lunch with so many of those people and have like lunch of like 20 friends, or have like hangouts with like 20 friends at one time is such an awesome thing. But I realized that having too many friends also comes with problems. So my third reason of why it's better to have few friends is because I would say that, and this is my own opinion, that like having too many people in your life means that there's more drama to handle, because people are so different and you're gonna deal with people with so many different opinions and different thinking and mindsets, and it's gonna be so much harder. You're gonna have to use up so much of your energy to deal with so many different people, rather than if you keep your circle smaller and whatever problems or conflicts are there, it's in a lesser amount compared to if you have to deal with so many other different people. Of course, there's nothing wrong with making new friends. There's nothing wrong with letting the right people into your inner circle. But I also think it's very important to guard where you put your energy and your thoughts and the things that you do, because I feel like, especially if you're someone like me who really pours your heart out to people, it's very easy to get affected in your daily life, even in your goals, in what you're trying to accomplish. If you have a conflict to deal with, if you have a friendship drama to deal with, I feel like it's very, very tiring. It's very tiring to put so much energy into that when you are trying to focus on your goals and the God-given purposes that God has for you. So yeah, like, don't get me wrong, reaching out to people for Jesus is amazing. Reaching out to more people, showing the love of Jesus to everyone is amazing, but that doesn't mean everyone needs to be in your inside circle, and that doesn't mean everyone needs to have a say over your life. I think it's wise to also be careful to pick and choose your friendships, pick and choose who you let in, pick and choose who you confide in, especially who you share your dreams to, your God-given dreams. Because if you just let anyone have a say in your life, if you share your dreams with anyone, I feel like it can be destructive. It can be destructive because you might not be getting the right advice. You might not be hearing from people who have your best interests at hand, So it's so important to guard your heart, guard your circle, guard your friendships. Although I'm an extrovert and I love hanging out with people, but at this point of my life, I've concluded that it's actually so much wiser and I'm so much healthier with smaller circles and fewer friends compared to a larger circle and a lot of friends. So yeah, I really hope that this video spoke to you guys. I'm not sure if you guys agree or can relate to what I just shared, but I really hope and I pray that you will have genuine God-given friendships in your life, because those help so much. Friendships with people who genuinely love God, love you, and love the word of the Lord, those are the best kind of friendships. And having these kind of friendships in a small amount is so much better than having all sorts of other friendships in a large amount. So yeah, guys, y'all don't have to be popular. You only need to live for the audience of one. So you don't need to live for people's validation or approval. Be who God has called you to be. Don't be in isolation, but find a community, a small community that is genuine. That is the most important. But anyways, this is all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments which part spoke to you the most, or if you can relate to anything I shared today. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, bye.